We're not very far off from another chapter. New chapter, Fairy Tale 100 Years Quest. I believe it comes out on Tuesday, which will be the 9th. It should be, unless there's something wrong with the schedule. But let's go on the predictions for chapter 29. What I, hoping to happen, what I believe will happen. First off, I think we're going to get some information on Toka, not like the normal one, the White Witch. Maybe get a little flashback for, her first meeting of Natsu. I'm curious to know if Natsu recognizes her at all, if there's any memory of him like, oh yeah, I've seen you before. But we don't know entirely. Obviously, Toka being a new character, she could easily be insane. We don't know. But the White Witch in general, I'm hoping to get a little bit about her goal or her backstory, maybe even a member or two of Libera's that is original to her. I'm expecting a lot of like old characters to come back and being like, part of her control, because it'd be really cool to see like, oh yeah, they're under her control, their powers amplified, so we can have like old characters getting to display like their strength, not like obviously their own, but like their fighting capabilities and their magic without having to bring in many new characters, which I think is really cool about Toka. I still want like maybe like two or three original characters for her team, but I would really like it just to see like a bunch of old characters all just beefed up by her, and just like, it's like one of the things that was like a little bit frustrating is like when after the time skip there was Max, and Max was actually pretty strong. He was about on level with Natsu in his base form, which is still really impressive at the time of, given like how strong Natsu was, at least in comparison to people before the time skip. He wasn't S class like for sure, but he was still around that like kind of like new entry to S class level. And I think it'd just be nice to kind of get some of that old nostalgia pull, but also like just seeing like Mako fight or Wakaba, like anybody really just kind of like given a display of their character under Toka's control, which would be really cool. But also, I'm still hoping to see some Dragon Eater like little poke at, maybe not like, oh, we're here, but just kind of to see them come in. Maybe they're gonna talk to the Dragon Slayers, or not the Dragon Slayers, the fucking the members of Fairy Tail for the Dragon Eaters, because one of the things that is honestly taking note here is the Dragon Eaters don't come off as evil. They come off as independent because they're not doing evil things, at least yet. They want to take down the dragon gods for their own goals, just kind of like hunting. But Toka, Toka is on their list. They definitely want to take down Toka, and Toka, is a target, should be, of both the Fairy Tail Guild crew that hasn't been controlled and the Dragon Eaters. So it could be a really interesting team up, as well as a way to make them an ally. I think it'd be really cool, just because I'd like to see like the Dragon Slayers maybe like chat with them, figure out a plan, maybe train, maybe develop some new Dragon Slayer abilities. Maybe it'd be a really cool way for Natsu to progress his Dragon Force. Like my theory of how the Dragon Eaters are so strong is because like we know how dragon slaying magic works. The further you are becoming a dragon, the more powerful you are. Like Dragon Force is literally just like a temporary boosted state. You get like more dragon aspects that makes you way more powerful. And the way that I feel like Dragon Eaters in general are stronger, and as well as they don't have the motion sickness, is because maybe eating their dragon is different than slowly turning into a dragon. Maybe it directly like integrates dragon parts into your body, because we know that the motion sickness has to do with like part of your balance senses in your ear. I don't remember what part of that is called, but the part of your ear that messes with balance, it's like not fit for the human body. It's kind of like getting parts of another person and putting into you, and they don't operate well. They don't there's no synergy. Whereas like their dragon ears, maybe it's different if their body is straight just becoming like more raw dragon instead of like magic specific parts. As well as that would explain why they're so powerful. They're skipping steps and just going further down the line. And maybe they'll be like, oh, they're stronger, but they don't have like as much experience as like a Dragon Slayer knowledge. Maybe they're not as like well honed into it. Maybe they won't have Dragon Force, but they'll just have like a normal, like boosted up normal self. Kind of like how like Lacrima based ones were able to get Dragon Force way earlier, but their Dragon Force buff wasn't even close to like either natural Dragon Force or a self-boosted one through, eating magic through your own level. I don't know. We'll see. There's a lot to the Dragon Eaters I'm obviously very curious about, and Toka, but I would definitely like to see this chapter, some information on the White Witch, just maybe her like talking about her goal. We only know that she wants to turn stuff white. It's just she have a large scale goal, or is she just kind of indiscriminately going around? Is she building an army? Because one thing she talked about is that Zareth was obviously like one of her targets. Obviously, Zareth is taken out. He was probably a big obstacle on her pathway. But you got to keep in mind, Zareth normally would be a good guy. Zareth was obviously messed with and tortured throughout centuries because of the curse of Ankh-Saram. So maybe Toka wants to take out Ankh-Saram, because as long as Ankh-Saram exists, he can make another Zareth. He can curse somebody very powerful and lead them down that pathway again. And Toka, like, if she wants to take out these threats, like anything that she sees as, black magic in her ideas that she wants to erase and erase large quantities of magic, she's going to have to go and take out the source. She's going to go take out Ankh-Saram. That'd be really cool to see. It kind of like Aizen or Juha, where it's like, no, I'm going for the god character, but she's not like, I want to become god. She's like, I want to take him out, because that would be also another interesting, really kind of like idea, is she is like a villain taking out another villain, but not for like Zareth, who wanted to redo history. He wanted to fix everything, where Toka's like, I want to erase everything, but in the process, I want to take out like this god and just return everything to like tranquil nothingness. It's just, there's a lot of interesting stuff with the White Witch that hopefully we're going to get in this chapter. I believe so. Maybe a little bit on the Dragoners, as said, and a little bit of the goal going forward. Meanwhile, it's funny, like, thinking about it, because like I'm way more focused on the Dragoners and the White Witch when they're literally on top of Alderaan, the Wood Dragon, and he's just sleeping. He's the sleeping boy. He doesn't have time for this. But we'll see. Tell me in the comments below what you think about the upcoming chapter. We'll find on Tuesday, just 5 days. Very interested, very excited, and it will be fun. Definitely looking forward to the display that we get. Other than that, like I said, come up below. And I really appreciate if you thumbs up the video, but from the like button and the subscribe button, and check out my other videos. For that, I appreciate everyone who's already subscribed, and I thank you all for listening. Bye.